everyone. So episode 9 or season 2 episode 1 of The Mandalorian premiered today on Disney Plus. This is a much longer episode than the past seasons. It's about 54 minutes long, which is, like I said, about 20 minutes longer than all the other episodes. And I was super excited for this to come back out. It's easily one of my favorite TV series that's on right now. I even got my little baby Yoda shirt on right now. I'm so excited, rushed home from work to watch it. So without further ado, let me get into talking about this episode and my hopes for season 2 and a couple other things like that, but let's get into it. So this episode takes place a decent amount of time after the end of season 1 of The Mandalorian. There's been some time passed and Mando is now in search of Baby Yoda's people, his homeworld, where he comes from. He needs to learn a little bit more about this race and get him back to his people. So that's what he's doing. And this does definitely feel really episodic, kind of like all of season 1 felt, where there's a new story, new planet, new characters every single time. And you get the same feeling here. There is a mission for Mando, but of course they get sidetracked. And this time around, where he's on the hunt for another Mandalorian on the planet Tatooine. He gets a tip and he has to go and find this other Mandalorian. And there is a really cool cameo, for say, with the Mandalorian that he gets to meet. There's a lot of history there. But the bulk of this episode is basically Mando trying to reclaim this Mandalorian armor that he finds on Tatooine, and by doing so, he basically has to unite the Tusken Raiders and a small group of people living in this mostly abandoned, almost ghost town to fight this giant dragon-like creature that spits acidic bile, and it's just a huge monster. And it's just it's really cool how Mando was able to unite these people and have them fight against this very common threat on the planet of Tatooine. So in terms of like the larger picture, we don't get to see too much about where this season is going to take us, but there are little hints here and there. Of course, there's a main mission that Mando has to take on with Baby Yoda, but you do get little hints of what's going to happen later on in the season, especially at the very last shots where there's, for spoilers' sake, I'm going to say a mystery character who shows up. Some people I know were expecting Boba Fett to come into this series, and I want to say a lot of people might be a little upset or let down in the way that they talk about the Mandalorian that he gets to meet when he makes his way to Tatooine this time around. But stick to the end of the episode and there is something that isn't outright saying who we think this mystery character is going to be. But yeah, like I said, stick around. It's gonna tell us eventually. There's just a character who takes a very big interest in Mando and Baby Yoda, and I'm really excited to see where they're gonna take this storyline, how they're going to evolve this character, and just where we're gonna see Mando and Baby Yoda go next on their adventures. We don't get to see Cara or really any of the other characters from season 1. It's just Mando and Baby Yoda are the only returning characters this time around. This is just like an action-packed episode, I think, to get everyone super hyped for what's to come. And of course, as always, the animation, the CGI, everything is very well done. The score is absolutely fantastic too, and it elevates every single scene. It's amazing. It's one of my favorite compositions in Star Wars, without a doubt. And like I said, the big fight against this creature that they have to go is really epic. It is one of the coolest, like, big creatures in Star Wars, and a fight against them that I can honestly really think of. This thing is definitely going to go down as, I think, memorable as Sarlacc pits, Rancors, and like all of those big creatures. It was really cool to see, and it was terrifying just how big and dangerous it was. And I just really liked how they were able to fight it, take it out, how tactical they had to be. It was a very fun episode to watch. So it definitely is all about the hype this episode. We don't really get too much story, but that's going to come later for certain. This was just to get everyone really excited, and it nailed upon that. Like I was saying too, is Mando is on the search for other Mandalorians in this episode, and that definitely isn't going to change. He needs one for the mission that he's carrying on. And like I said, for spoilers' sake, I'm just gonna let you all watch the episode and figure out like why he needs a Mandalorian. But it really opens up to them bringing in a whole new cast of Mandalorians, which is really cool, because seeing their culture, how they interact with one another, basically little societies that they made for themselves that we got to see quite a bit of in the first season, I really loved, and I want to see more, even too if they're just how they interact with one-on-one situations is going to be really, really cool out in space, out in the open, especially if they have conflicting interests, maybe even with Baby Yoda. So I'm really excited to see how the season's going to play out. We do get just like tidbits of information and hints about where it's going to go, but I'm certain that the next episode or the next 2 episodes, we're really going to start to see a focus into the story and maybe strafe away from the episodic feeling and episodic storytelling that the Mandalorian has been doing so far. It's going to be really focused into like the main plot that they're going for. And definitely keep your eyes peeled. There is a lot of really cool Easter eggs that are in this episode that I was able to pick out, that I'm certain there's even more that I missed, but it's just jam-packed with amazing epic Star Wars stuff. In the comments, please let me know what you guys thought about episode 9 or season 2 episode 1 of The Mandalorian. What you're most excited for from the season, what some of your theories are. Definitely just drop those in the comments. And if you like this video, of course, give it a thumbs up. You can check out all of my other TV reviews, movie reviews, everything that I do on this channel through my playlist down below. Of course, if you like what you see, you can subscribe and turn the little ringer on if you want to know when I upload new videos. But awesome, guys, definitely check out this episode because it was just awesome and I'm super excited that it's finally here.